All right, welcome everybody. Tonight we're talking to Marinella, who's a lover of maple pecan ice cream and a hater of olives. Her nickname is Jaybird, and she collects magnets and can talk to anybody. Tonight she's going to share with us her story or two about Argentina. So,
welcome, Marinella. So I know you love being an American, but if you could be an Argentinian. So tell us what makes Argentina special to you.
Argentina to me is, I don't know, I think it's very America, like North and South America, like New World. So it's a blend of the indigenous, like local community, but also has that European flavor. So Buenos Aires, particularly for me, is a mix of like New York and Paris. It has that old school, old European architecture, but then the like lively vibe and diversity of New York. So that's why I love it. And then also it's Spanish speaking, and I love Spanish. I love it better than my native language of English. So those are my big reasons why I would be Argentine.
okay. And so you just touched on some stuff with the architecture and stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about the art or the artist or music or something about Argentina there that really touched you?
Well, for me particularly was tango, which is their dance form. It started in Buenos Aires. And so the music, it's very romantic, and even the dance is very close. The couple are just like chest to chest type of thing. And so I really like that. It got me out of my comfort zone. As an American, I like my personal space. But this, you have to be with that person. And most of the time they're strangers to me in my dance classes. So that really vibed with me. And one of the biggest kings, like I guess you can say like king of tango, is Carlos Gardel. And so he has a beautiful voice and is very romantic in his songs.
Wonderful. So can you tell us about an encounter that you had with locals and how you interacted, or what made it special with the people?
Just because Argentina is so mixed and diverse, you can have like blonde, blue-eyed, you can have very dark-skinned people. So you don't really know who is Argentine, who's not, and all these things. One of my favorite stories is I was with another American. She's blonde and blue-eyed, and I'm not. I'm very like darker, on the darker side. And so we were in a museum, and there was like a tour guide there, and my friend was talking to him in Spanish, and then he turns to me and in Spanish goes, "Wow, she speaks Spanish really good. She's like us." And I was like us? And then I realized that he thought I was a local, and I was like, "No, I'm American. I'm with her." And afterwards she got so mad because she was like, "I don't understand, like there's blonde and blue-eyed people, but like why didn't he think I was a local?" This and that. And I was like, I don't know, maybe it was like your accent or like how you were dressed, but that was one of my favorite stories because she's right. Like, I don't know why he assumed she wasn't, because there are like German ancestry in Argentina. So
Cool.
That's amazing. Yeah.
It is. It's kind of cool when you get mistaken for a local when you're traveling, right? That's a very cool story.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's cool. So can you tell us something that you would either do differently, or a place if someone was traveling that they maybe should skip? Is there some places in Argentina, something you didn't like?
In terms of places to skip, not really. I guess I would just kind of rephrase my answer to this question as more of just be prepared, because it is a very big country in terms of weather, that the weather is different than like the Northern Hemisphere. It's like the opposite, if you will. So if you want to like see the South in Patagonia, which I know a lot of people do because it's very beautiful outdoors in nature, just be like conscious of the weather. Even in their height of summer, it's still going to be kind of cooler. So luckily I was a bit prepared, but that would just be my like warning to people.
Okay. And when you say it's different, is it just, their hot summer is not as hot as ours, or?
Their summer is the months of like June, July, August.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Their winter is June, July, August, and their summer is like November, December, January, February. Like it's the
okay. I see what you're saying.
The
It's
reverse of it.
The reverse of the month. Got it.
Yeah.
So you can share with us something that surprised you about the country, or about one of your experiences, something unexpected?
Well, one of my experiences that was unexpected, like for me personally, was I was living with a host mom, and her and I connected really well, which that wasn't the surprise, but then she took me to painting classes, which one of their painting styles in Argentina and Buenos Aires is called fileteado, and it's yeah, just look it up, fileteado. It's hard to explain, but it's very like not cartoony, but very like big and boisterous and lots of colors and stuff. And so I didn't think I would get that experience. I didn't even know much about that painting style beforehand. So for me, that was a surprise experience, and I'm very happy that she took me there.
That's great. And so did you have anything like a lesson learned? You talked about the weather. Is there anything else that kind of happened while you were there that was a...
Yeah, so I studied abroad there for 6 months. Oh, I traveled there separately for 6 weeks, and then that's why I decided to go for 6 months for study abroad in university. And I was like, let's study abroad. Usually it's going to be fun, easy classes, all this stuff. Well, I managed to get the hardest classes possible, at least for me as a non-native speaker. I was the only non-native speaker in all my classes. And so that was a learning process for me to be in a university marketing class where it's all in Spanish, and yeah, play with the big boys, as the like cliche or like slang phrase is, because they did not wait for me, they did not slow down for me. They were like, you run with us or you get left behind type of thing, and it definitely improved my Spanish significantly. So I'm forever grateful. But also, I cried a lot.
Oh my goodness. So if it sounds like you would definitely go back in a heartbeat. So is there one or two places really quick, because we're getting to the end, that you would advise people to go or look up as a must-see in the country?
Yeah, it's very diverse, but I guess the top places off the top of my head, of course, Buenos Aires is the capital, Iguazu Falls, amazing waterfalls, Mendoza is the wine region, and Bariloche is like the big city in Patagonia that you can see ice glaciers and the mountains and all these things.
So that's our 7 minutes. Thank you, Marinella, for sharing your stories about Argentina. And we invite you to follow along as we travel through our real people with real stories. Thanks.